Thank you so much, Jahan Zewali from ARY News TV. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan finally backed out of his allegations on the United States. In his recent interview, he said he no longer blamed the U.S. administration for removing him from power. What are your thoughts on this?
Let's take a little bit of a step back. The U.S. values our long-standing cooperation with Pakistan and has always viewed a prosperous and democratic Pakistan as critical to U.S. interests. That remains unchanged. And we don't have a position on one political candidate of a party versus another. We support peaceful upholding of democratic, constitutional, and legal principles. And ultimately, we will not let propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation get in the way of any bilateral relationship, including our valued bilateral partner with Pakistan.
But what you say about his recent statement? He backed out.
As we've previously said, there is not and there has never been a truth to these allegations, but I don't have anything additional to offer.
So in that interview, he also termed his Moscow visit as embarrassment. He said that it was embarrassing to visit Moscow on the day of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Earlier, the statesman were totally different. He was saying that it was in the national interest of Pakistan. That's why he visited Moscow. So again, he's backing out his previous statements. So, any thoughts, your comments?
I really don't have anything else to offer on foreign minister or former Prime Minister Khan's comments.
So his recent statements suggest that he's trying to reconnect with the United States. Is there any recent contact with former Prime Minister Imran Khan or his party members? Because there were rumors that U.S. Ambassador in Islamabad met with the leadership, with this party leadership in Islamabad.
I don't have any specific meetings or calls to read out, but to the front part of your question, again, the U.S. values our long-standing cooperation with Pakistan and has always viewed prosperous and democratic Pakistan as critical to our interests, not just in the region, but also the world more broadly.
So one last question. So UN session, there was voting in United States General Assembly, and your close partner, India, was absent. Apart from India, there were like total 75 countries: Bangladesh, Bhutan, Brazil, Egypt, Indonesia, even Israel, Nepal, Pakistan, South Africa, Sri Lanka were absent from the voting. I mean, what's the reason United States not able to get these countries to vote against Russia?
I will let our mission in New York speak more in detail about any potential resolution vote. But what I'll say is that since the first days of Russia's unjustified and barbaric and unprovoked war against Ukraine, we have had continuous communications with our Indian counterparts about what we can do together to hold Russia accountable and to impose consequences for its brutal war. The Secretary had the opportunity to host External Affairs Minister Jaishankar here a number of months ago. They also had a bilateral engagement on the margins of the ASEAN summit as well. And although we may sometimes vary on our policy approaches, we, the United States and India, share a commitment to upholding the rule-based international order that respects territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Turkey is pushing Russia and Ukraine for peace talks, trying to mediate them. Are you on the table to is the United States also the part of the negotiations?
Well, you have seen even President Zelensky speak to the fact that an end to this conflict will likely need to come through discussion and diplomacy and negotiations. But we have yet to see any kind of concerted effort from the Russian Federation to do that. And so in the interim, what we're going to do is we're going to continue to support our Ukrainian partners through many of the lines of efforts that I spoke about early, continuing to offer security assistance, continuing to offer humanitarian assistance, continuing with our allies and partners to hold the Russian Federation accountable through sanctions, through export controls, through other measures. Any effort about this should not take place without Ukraine. And our belief continues to be nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine when it comes to Russia's brutal invasion that continues to be ongoing.